Hello there, Primary 1 and 2. So we're going to be looking at the work of Keith Haring again today. And what I've got here is the template. So if you can get this printed out, or if a grown-up can draw it onto cardboard, if you haven't got a printer and you're not able to print it, that would be okay too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just glue all around the back of this and stick it on to cardboard. It works a lot, it makes it a lot easier to use if you do this. So I've not gone all over the paper, just on where the lines are, because that's where I'm going to be cutting out in a minute. Okay, so stick that down and we need to cut out around the template. So you might need some help to do this, or there might be some bits that you can do on your own. See how you get on. Okay, so I've got my figure cut out now. So what I want to do is you can have a play around with it now and decide on the pose that you want your figure to be in. So it needs to be something, if you think back to the one that we were looking at this morning, the Keith Haring dance one, the figure was really moving, really lively. So yours doesn't have to be dancing, it can be doing anything you want to, but we wanted to make it look it looks like it's moving. Okay, so these bits here are the hands and these bits are the feet. And where the black dots are, if you've got split pins and you wanted to press them through, you could do that. And I don't have any, so I'm just going to sit them on top. So the dots should sit on top of the dots, like that. Okay. If you do it if you did it like that, your arms would be a bit too long, so just sit them on top. So think about what your person's body is going to be doing. Let's have a look. I might do mine sort of jumping up a little bit, I think. Like that, and maybe have the legs like that. But you'll have your own ideas. Try 3 or 4 different ideas and then decide which one you like the best. I'm going to stick with this one just now because I've already had a practice. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to glue them down and keep them in this position. If you've got the split pins through, you don't need to glue them, but I'm going to glue them down just to stop them moving around. Just a little bit of glue on. And we're going to use this figure in this position and do lots and lots of them over a big piece of paper. So just while I'm gluing this, if you've got any old wallpaper at home, maybe it's just the end of a roll, or if you have got any of the brown paper that you sometimes get, like this kind of paper, when you buy something online, sometimes you get this folded up inside your package. You could use that, or you could do what I've done, and I've got some white paper and I've just sellotaped a few sheets of it together. So I'll show you that just in a second. Okay. So get your figure stuck down, and you might need to give it, which hand I think I put it on that side. You might need to give it a moment or two just for the glue to dry before you start doing the next part, because it might still be a bit, it might still move a little bit like that one. Okay, so once you've got your figure, you want to get your big sheet of paper, and you can go as big as you want to with this. If you remember back to the first video, Keith Haring had looked at a whole room in an art gallery and covered it in drawings. How much fun would that be to do? Maybe when we're back at school, that would be a great fun thing to do, to cover a room with paper and to draw figures all over it. So I've got this one here. So either on your old bit of wallpaper, or I've got just a few sheets of white paper and I've sellotaped them together, and I'm going to use that. And You can take your paper any way you like. You could do it that way or sideways. I'm going to do it this way just because it fits a bit more easily where I'm working. And I'm going to just fill this paper up with as many of these figures as I can. And I've got some different colours. Bright colours are really good for this. Bright colours of pen. Doesn't have to be these kind of pens, any felt tips. Or coloured pencils would do if you haven't got felt tips. Or if you want to, you could just use one colour. That would be fine as well. Okay, but I'm going to use these ones because they're nice and bright and use a lot of different ones. So, you've given this a wee moment just to dry. The next thing you can do is you can draw around it. And I'm going to take my time with this. I wonder how many figures I'll be able to fit in here. If you're using the split pins and you wanted to do your figures in different poses, then that's something that you could do. But I thought it might be easier just to have them in one pose and we can see how we can make them look different in different colours. Okay, so there's my first one done. And when I've got my first one done, do you remember back to Keith Haring's painting? He's done these little movement lines on it, so I'm going to do some of them. So like 3 little lines. I'm going to do them beside the knees, I think. And it just kind of helps. It's a bit like on cartoons when you see that things are moving. You can do some little lines. I'm going to do them in little groups of 3. Okay. Now I've got a big space up here and I'm just wondering if I can fit another person. I might do them upside down actually. Just about, do they fit? Can just about fit them in. If the foot goes off the side or anything like that, that's okay. You can just draw it to the side. It doesn't have to be on the paper. I'm going to do my next one upside down. So I'm going to get a different colour. Looks like they're doing a bit of a, just about to do a headstand or a handstand or something, doesn't it? So, draw around my next one. Now if you're finding it really hard to go around in pen, what you could do is you could go around it first in pencil. You might find this a wee bit easier. Just going around it in pencil. Keep your hand, hold it down as hard as you can. Remember I said, oh, if it goes off the edge, mine is about to go off the edge there. That's okay. Okay, so you can see that I thought I would show you what to do if you wanted to draw it in pencil first, because it might be easier to go around in pencil and then do your pen line. You can really control your lines today. I think that was one of our success criteria, was to try and see if we can control our lines when we're drawing. That's off over to the side there, that's okay. I'm going to put some different movement lines. I think this one looks like it's going to be shaking its head a little bit, so I'm going to do some movement lines beside its head. And the arms might be still, but these ankles are going to be moving. Okay, so I've got my second one on. Right, and you can keep filling it up. Keep on working, keep filling it up. Oops, a bit stuck there. If you want to make it look a bit different, you could maybe have some of your bodies just coming in from the side a little bit like this. So you can see the paper finishes here. I could draw around that in pencil first. Have a look and see how that one's going to look. and get a different colour. You can use as many colours as you want, or you might stick to just 2 or 3 colours. Now when we were looking at the artwork this morning, Keith Haring didn't put faces or anything onto his bodies. I think he sort of showed how they were feeling by the shapes of their bodies and by the movement lines. Okay, so there's another one in there. Okay, and you can keep on going and see how many more you can fit in. I've got a good space here. I could get one in like that, or would I be able to fit it in with legs? Could do it that way. As a little challenge, if you're looking for a little extension, maybe something a bit hotter to try, you could maybe try and do some of the bodies behind other bodies. So I'll show you how to do that on this one. So if you don't want to do that, that's fine. You can keep going like this and filling it in. And if you could always add, because I've just done this with sellotaped paper, I could add more sheets onto the bottom if I wanted to keep going. Because I think this could look amazing if you did it really big and filled them in. So I'm going to show you just a little extension if you wanted to. So imagine that one's behind these bodies. So I won't be able to see that bit of the foot or that bit. So I'm going to definitely do this in pencil first, just to have a practice. So I'm going to draw around, but I'm not going to draw it where it's on top of one of the other bodies. So when I get round and I'm close to, say, around here, you see where this blue hand is, I'm going to stop at the blue line. Not going to draw, I'll draw this bit of foot. So this is a little extra challenge if you want it. You don't have to do this. Wee bit in there. This is just a little extension. And let's have a look. So I can't see that bit because it's behind another body. So now, if I choose a different colour, definitely not orange or blue, what have I got? I've not got too many colours here, so I'll use this one. And we'll go round, up to here, stop there, and then there's my other bit of the foot was there. Okay, and then okay, so you can see there that one's sort of behind the others there. And okay, so see how many of these you can fit in. Although I've just got one pose, I've actually managed to make them all look a bit different just because I've put them in at different angles. Okay, so see what you can come up with next. I could just have the legs coming off like that if I wanted to. It's absolutely up to you. So your person probably won't look like mine. You maybe have them in a different position. Okay, so I'm really looking forward to you sharing some of these creations on Teams, and I might be able to see some of them. So good luck, and I hope you enjoy this activity.